Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. It's another weekly reading vlog, and this week I am so excited about what I'm actually going to be reading. This week is probably only going to be 2 books that we're going to be talking about. Are you guys, you're crooked. There we go. We're probably only going to be talking about 2 books because both of the books that I am currently reading are thick boys. Physical read that I am doing is, you can't really tell, but it's Plain Bad Heroines. I finally was able to pick this back up again. If you watched last week's reading vlog, you know that I chose this book this week through like a series of tests. But I picked this up about a month ago and read 30 pages and really enjoyed it, but had to put it down, unfortunately, because my TBR was required reading and this was not. So this is not on my TBR again this month, but as of this moment, I only have to read one more book for my TBR to be checked off. This book is an adult horror set, kind of in 2 settings. So it's a little bit complicated to explain. So just sit with me for a second because I promise you it's a really good book and I'm really loving it and I will be recommending it. Also, I'm like 100 pages in, so we can't trust my word at all right now. About kind of 2 different time periods. There's this one where in the late 1800s, this all-girls school, there was these 2 girls who were obsessed with this book and they ended up dying, not related to the book, but they ended up dying at the school. And then when they died, the book got into the hands of one of this other girl at the school, and then she ended up dying because of the book. There was kind of all these investigations into it and no one really knew exactly what was going on. And then many years later in the 2000s, a young girl, she's 16, decides to write a story about that. So she writes, I don't know exactly if it's like a nonfiction or not. I'm trying to figure that out, or if it's like a novelization of the story, but she writes the story of their lives and these 3 girls and how they like come to be at the school and die at the school. Now there's also this movie producer who is producing the book and turning it into a movie, and he has hired these 2 girls who are going to be the main leads in the story. So we are following not only like the original 2 girls, Flo, and her name starts with a C, I can't think of it right now, but also the girl who wrote the story, whose name is Merritt. And then we are also following the 2 girls who are going to be in the movie, Audrey and Harper. So there's like a lot going on, and then there's this constant theme of yellow jackets and death, and I'm so excited to see how that's all going to play into each other. And also there are illustrations. Where I'm at, it's not a ton, to be completely honest, but they are every once in a while, and whenever they are, I am obsessed with them. I will say that I am way more interested in the girl who's writing the novel and the 2 girls who are going to be in the movie than I am in the girls back in the 1800s, and I'm pretty sure that this book is going to be very queer. I think I've heard from people before that there's not a single straight person in this book, and so far that holds up, but we'll see. Loving that, highly recommend that. My audiobook for this week is The Empire's Ruin by Brian Staveley. So I have read the first trilogy by him, which is called The Unhewn Throne, which is about 3 siblings. Their father is the emperor and he dies, and it's kind of about the 3 of them fighting for power. Now, I can't talk a ton about what this one is going to be, but this is the first in the series. I think it's going to be a trilogy that comes after that, and it's called The Ashes of the Unhewn Throne. So I can talk briefly about some things without spoiling too much from the first series, but I will also say that I am loving this book, and so far, I think I'm like 15% in. I would say that this is my favorite one that he has ever written. I feel like he has gotten better as a writer and better with his characters, and I feel like overall just everything is just done better in this book, which I loved the first trilogy. I think I rated it 5 stars, 5 stars, and a 4-star, but the middle one might have been like a 4.5. I can't totally remember. But then I DNF'd Skullsworn, which is like a standalone in the same world that kind of takes place before the events of all of the books, unrelated to any of our characters. It's about a Skullsworn who is an assassin in this realm. So like it didn't really matter to the story, but I hated it. What I can say about this book is we are following, I think right now it's 3 characters. Yes, it's 3 characters. So one of them is Gwenna, who is from the original trilogy, and she has basically been tasked to go off and find more kestrel, which are these giant fighting birds that the Empire uses to use in battle. And then we are following this man named Rock, who is very religious, and he is not following his birth religion. I'm not going to say like how or what or why, because I feel like that'll kind of spoil some things. And he is in this town and he hears this prophet preaching one day, and the town like attacks and harms the prophet. And then while Rock is trying to save the prophet dies. I don't want to say how because it's kind of spoilers, but it was very interesting, and it's going to bring up a lot of things that Rock is going to have to do. And then our third character, whose name I can't remember right now, he's basically a con artist, and he is going to be going to the Emperor and conning them. I'm not going to tell you the gender of the Emperor because it might spoil the first few books. It's really good. It's really enjoyable. Like I said, I'm 15% through, but that really doesn't mean a ton because the book is 35.5 hours long. So I think I'm like 5 hours into the audio. I am on my way to a bridal shower, which is why I'm like dressed so nice. So my mom actually just called and I somehow missed that. So I'm gonna leave you all and I will come back later and talk some more. Happy Monday. So I haven't talked to you guys this weekend. Some things happened. I got an ear infection on Saturday, and so I went to the bridal shower, but between that and then I was driving and then it was like storming out, I was just not feeling up to talking about anything. And then Sunday, I still had the ear infection. It was feeling a little bit worse, and then me and my family went to go see Jurassic Park. Yes, I'm wearing the shirt 2 days in a row because I don't care. And then I went over to their house for dinner, and other than that, I was literally resting all weekend. Today I went to work and I've been doing my thing. It is a lot better today, just a little bit of pain. So I'm hoping that by tomorrow it will be completely resolved. I'm thinking it's a middle ear infection. I get them a lot in this ear. Normally they're like connected to something, like I've been swimming in a lake or a pool, or I have been like showering and like dunking my head, or I like had a cold recently, but none of those things have happened. So I really don't know what caused this one. So I'm a little bit concerned, but also it's getting better. So I'm gonna not do anything about it right now. And if it happens again, because it was over the weekend when I was in the most pain, I really didn't want to go to the doctor because it was going to cost so much more. As you can imagine, because of that, I really have not listened to much of my audiobook, The Emperor's Ruin, but I did listen a little bit today while I was at work. I think I might have made it through like an hour and a half today. I think around the 20% mark, and I'm still really enjoying it. I don't have anything else to add to my earlier commentary besides like, yeah, it's good. I'm still loving it. I am, though, able to make progress through Plain Bad Heroines. I am also very much enjoying this. I am just over 200 pages, and I'm going to keep reading tonight. It's definitely a very slow read. I don't think I'm going to be able to read all of this and then In a Garden Burning Gold before Glow shows up. So I'm just gonna have to be careful with that by the end of the month and make sure that I at least start In a Garden Burning Gold before I go into July, which is fine. I think I can do it. I also found out that Glow is coming earlier than I thought. I thought it was being published on the 22nd. It is being published on the 18th. So I ordered my copy through Amazon, and as of right now, they still aren't telling me when it's going to arrive, but I'm assuming it'll either be day of publication or the next day. So that means this Saturday or Sunday, I will be focused on that. So I'd really like to finish this up before then, but if I finish this up like Sunday and have to start Glow like Sunday night or Monday, I'm gonna be perfectly fine with that. What I'm trying to say is I am loving this book. It's taking me longer to get through because it's not like the normal type of book that I would read, and then also because of the different timelines and all of the different characters that I'm trying to keep straight, there's definitely like a lot that I have to focus on, and then also there's like a lot of words on every single page, and the writing, especially when it's back in like the late 1800s, early 1900s, is indicative of that time. So it's a little bit harder for me to understand what they're saying, and I have to just slow down a lot. So I'm not able to like get through it like I would a normal physical book where I could read 60 to 100 pages a day, no problem. I do that in an hour. Whereas I read for about an hour and I've read maybe 20, 30 pages, which I'm fine with. I have no issues with that. It's just making me have to change my expectations for what I will be able to read this week. Parts of the book that I really like are our three main girls who are in like the present timeline, the two actresses and then the writer, them interacting with each other. I love because you get each of their three POVs and they think so differently about the other two. And I love seeing how it changes from person to person. Like what Harper thinks of Audrey is different than what Merritt thinks of Audrey. So it just really makes it like well-rounded and well-faceted. I don't love the old-timey parts. They are hard to get through and a little boring for my taste, but I don't absolutely hate them. I see why they're here and I enjoy bits of them, but overall I wish that there were less of them, but they do add a little bit more to the story. I'm still waiting for some of the major horror elements to arrive, although we have had definitely some stuff with Yellow Jackets and I've really enjoyed what we have had. Like I know something is coming that I like. Basically, like the director of the film, he feels really suspicious, like he's leading up to something and I don't know what it's going to be and none of our girls know what it's going to be and they're kind of just like along for the ride, but I'm like kind of concerned he's leading them into a trap of some kind. I don't even know what that means. Like he's filming a movie with them, so like why would he be trapping them? But it just feels that way. Good evening. I just now remembered that it's a full moon tonight, so I need to go out and appreciate that in just a minute. But I can't get over how freaking cute this book is. Like for a horror book, absolutely cannot believe. I guess it's kind of like a horror romance. Didn't know that was a genre. Didn't know that was a genre I cared about, but apparently I do. I am very, very close to page 250, which means I think I've read close to 100 pages today. I'm not exactly sure. I think I was at like 160 this morning, and I'm gonna keep going. It's like past my bedtime right now, but I like can't put it down. Without giving any spoilers, if you've read this book previously, where I am at is the two dates. So you get the one of the nice ladies back in the 1903, and then you get the one of two of our very nice young ladies in present day. And I'm obsessed. It's so freaking cute, but also like there are Yellow Jackets terrorizing. I'm so glad that I'm really getting into it because definitely like I loved the first 150 pages, but they were slow, and I feel like now I'm like really getting through things and like picking up the pace. And while I don't need that to be part of my enjoyment of a book, it's nice to have where I'm like getting into the rhythm and I'm comfortable with the story. I did listen to a little bit more of The Empire's Ruin tonight, so I am officially at 25% through. I think I'm actually a little bit past that, but we'll call it 25%. And I'm like obsessed with Gwenna still. I love her POV, and I'm super curious about the POV of the guy who I can't remember. He's like this monk turned con man who is trying to con the emperor. I want to know more about that, but the author's like keeping that part very secretive. But where Rock is at in his story, I definitely don't care as much as when I started. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of his story is not progressing because he's very much in a part of his character arc where he cannot progress. He is stuck because he needs to be stuck in order to realize that he needs to move on. Whereas Gwenna is very much moving forward. And without spoiling anything, Gwenna is on this journey, and there's this character who is on this journey with her who, how do I say this, is like a historian monk figure, and I'm convinced that he is also someone from the original series, but I can't say who because there's major spoilers. But if you've read The Emperor's Ruin, I can't wait to get to the end because I really need to know if it's who I think it is. Nope, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. It's too big of a spoiler for the third book, and I refuse to do that. I really need to reread book 3 because there's like one particular character, one of the brothers, I don't remember what happened to him. I know what happened to the sister and I know what happened to the other brother, but I'm having such a hard time remembering what happened to one of them. I'm home from work early today. It's 11:30 because I slept on my neck weird and I'm in so much pain right now that I'm pretty limited in using my left arm, and I'm pretty limited to where I can turn my head. So after I got done with all of my meetings at work, which I was in them for over 3 hours, I went to my boss and I was like, there's no way I can do any designs. There's pretty much no way I'm not going to cry in the next 10 minutes. I'm in so much pain. So I asked to go home, and I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I know what it is though. Like I messed up the muscle just from sleeping, so I feel dumb even going to the doctor, but it's my chiropractor and I love her and she's helped me through a lot, and I've injured this shoulder in the past, so it flares up sometimes, but I really messed it up last night. I'm not gonna be able to do much today, so I have like a couple of things that I can do to try to help relieve the pain, which I am about to do. And while I'm doing those methods, I'm just going to be reading all of today. If nothing solves the pain, sleep will be the next solution. I will be working through Plain Bad Heroines, which is good because I'm absolutely loving this book, and I just want to be reading it anyways. I don't really want to be doing anything else as is, so that'll be really nice. I can see that in about 100 pages, I don't know how well you all can see on camera, barely at all, but there is like a dark page, and it's around page 350, and it has a couple of pages where it has like these really intricate designed pages with leaves and with illustrations. So I want to get to that and I want to know what that's about. It's Wednesday and I'm doing a lot better today. Okay, the light's still too much on my face. As you can see, I can move my left arm. I went to the doctor. I messed up the muscle, basically, is what it boils down to. So I have had some work done on it and, you know, like massage and stuff. And then I've been heating and icing and stuff. And so she told me just to keep heating it. I'd say like from the pain yesterday, I'm about half of what it was. So if I'm like straight on with you all, I have no pain whatsoever. And as you can see, I can move my arm much more freely. There was a little pain with that, but I do have a lot of pain if I like move my head much. I can do some things, right? But like a lot of it is like the rotating that hurts. Like I'm hoping tomorrow will be even lighter, and then maybe Friday will be my first day without pain in any part of my body since last Friday, which is kind of sad. Anyways, I have been doing a ton of reading today. I'm very, very close to 50% through. The first book is The Emperor's Blade, The Emperor's Ruin. I'm very, very close. Okay, why is this light doing this to me? We'll probably make it to 50% before the end of the evening just because I am jamming with this book right now and I'm having a really good time reading it. Odds are I won't finish it until Friday, Saturday though, so I'll kind of keep you guys updated, but I have been loving it. So one of the things that happened, I don't even want to say, like anything I talk to you guys about at this point is like major spoilers, like major spoilers. So I guess maybe I'll just throw up a spoiler warning and kind of just like have a chit chat with some of you. One of the things that I'm really loving is Gwenna, of course, she is amazing. But where we are at right now, Rock's character is with Talal, which is one of my favorite characters from the original trilogy. And I feel like we didn't get enough of him in the original trilogy because he's so amazing. And where him and Rock's girlfriend, whose name I can't remember at this moment, are at is they are training to be basically to fight in this arena in order to worship this god who loves fighting. And so the three of them plus 3 other people are kind of working together to train, and it's just great. Like I love people being forced into like gladiator-esque competitions, and I need more of them. So it's really enjoyable to read. And then Gwenna is like having a rough time. She just found that child that kind of looks like her, and she is like lost all hope for the future, and I don't blame her. Times are tough, man. The con artist kid was about to show the emperor, like what was up, and like we get so little of him. Like I said, I don't even know his name, but I'm just really digging Talal being back in the book, to be honest. And if you like haven't read this book yet, you think he dies at the beginning of this book, and then you find out that he doesn't die at the beginning of this book. So like I was so happy that he didn't actually die, because someone else did actually die at the beginning of this book, and I also liked that character, but I'd be more okay with that character dying than Talal. So anyways, done with spoilers on that book. I have officially made it to over halfway through Plain Bad Heroines. I'm around page 350. I'm still really digging it. I'm hoping, I haven't read any of it today just because work has been crazy busy and I slept in this morning. So normally I read a little bit before work, but I didn't do that this morning because I just felt like I needed time to rest because of my shoulder. So I slept some more, and tonight is family dinner night. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to be reading, but I'm hoping to maybe get like 30 pages done when I get home. I am loving this big book week. I'm absolutely loving having a week dedicated to just reading big books off my shelf. I love big books. I just get so intimidated by them, and I don't want to read them because they're so big and it's going to take so long to read them. And I often feel like I have to be reading books as quickly as possible. Like I put that pressure on myself. So I think I'm going to try to start having a big book week once a month, and I would love it if you all would enjoy participating with me, doing that kind of thing. I've got to figure it out, maybe like the second or the third week of the month, every month, or maybe every other month or something like that. I just read big books and that's it. And this would, I guess, be the inaugural first monthly big book week. I'd like to focus on books over 600 pages. Of course, I feel like big book means something different depending on the genre and the person. I wouldn't mind reading books over like 450, 500 pages if I run out, but I have so many books on my shelf that would fit into that 600 page category and I just haven't picked them up. I think it would be fun, and if big book week would be something you'd want to participate in, I'd love to make it like a real thing where we could all do it together and we like know when it's coming and we can like hype each other up. It'd be fun. I don't exactly know how to do it, but I think it'd be fun. So I gotta figure some things out with that. But if you like it, leave like a comment down below and be like, heck yeah, I'd love to do that. I really need to get to my big books. I know there's Tome Topple, but I'm thinking about, you know, something more reoccurring, and you don't necessarily have to finish a book or even like read multiple big books. It's just about like getting to some big books that you've been meaning to get to for a while. I'm gonna go. Oh, hey, I'm back. It's only been like 10 minutes. I was getting ready to leave to go to my parents, and I got a package. I actually got two. I guess I'll open both. Both of them are books, but one of them is like an art book, and one of them is very related to what we're talking about. I got so excited when I saw this. I don't know why I get excited when I find like crappy used books online. Anyways, picked up The Emperor's Blade because I actually don't have a copy of this book. I don't have a copy of any of Brian Staley's books, and I loved all of them. So I decided to check on Pango and see like what they were. And this person was selling this one for $1 because they dropped it in the tub, and it has like a little bit of water damage. Like it's to me, it's not noticeable. It's negligent. So for $1. A heckin' $1? Yeah. So I did actually also order from a different person The Emperor's Ruin, but they had it for a hardback for $10. So I'm going to be getting that one over the next few days, and I swear there's something in here, which is why I keep flipping. Next package, I'm so excited about this. So this is a Kickstarter that I did with this artist. I legit always support them every time they do a Kickstarter or anything. I was on their Patreon when I could afford to be on someone's Patreon for a while. And one day I'd like to return, but as of this moment, I cannot afford Patreon. Oh my God. So the artist is Danica Sills, and this is Zem. And so I got some stickers and some buttons and their Memento Mori book. So I'm not going to show you guys all of this. I'll show you the cover of the book, and I'm going to open this up and look through it on my own, but I will show you all of the goodies that I got. And if you want to go follow her, she is absolutely fantastic. YouTube and Instagram. Pin, so freaking cute. If you follow my TBRopoly, the thing I use to move around the board is one of her pins that I got in a previous art book. I love these stickers so much. So they're holographic, And this one's a candle. This one's a skull lady. This one's another lady. Oh, I love that one. I got 2 cute little skulls, another skull, and like a scythe with a crescent moon. Oh my god, I love them all so much. Oh, and then I also got this keychain, which one side is that, and the other side, you can't really see her face, but it's the different colors and the face is slightly different. It's Friday night. I just finished season 3 of Stranger Things. I overall can say that I didn't enjoy season 3 much at all, but the ending, it was phenomenal, and I'm really excited to move on to season 4. Probably won't happen this weekend, but it might. Things I loved about season 3. Is there anything I can say that wouldn't be a spoiler? What did I even love about season 3? Things I didn't like about season 3. This one's easy. The pacing was really off. The plot was much more focused on the character development and relationship development of so many people, and was way less focused on like something weird happening. Like we didn't get any of the, what is the place that the upside down? Billy. I don't like Billy. I was talking to a friend today, a friend of mine from college. We decided to sit and chat on the phone while painting together, and I'll show you what I worked on in just a second with her. I was talking about it because she's in season 4 right now, and so I mentioned like I'm in season 3 and here's kind of how I'm feeling. And one of the things I mentioned was I really didn't like Billy, and I really didn't like the weird like pedophile trope line that kind of goes along with some of his character. It's very, very small, and as it's been pointed out to me, technically it's not pedophilia because the younger person is 18, and I really don't like the word technically when you're talking about pedophiles. So I wasn't a huge fan of like any of that, and then I feel like when they were giving us his backstory and trying to develop him more into a character that I was supposed to care about, I felt like they were trying to make me care about him, and so I was literally like, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna get me to give 2 shits about Billy. I am shocked though, because I started out season 1, I even ended season 1 not liking Steve, and by the end of season 3 I love him. He's one of my favorite characters, and I really love him and Dustin. I think they are so much fun together. That's something I loved about season 3. Noise, but I really did not like how the focus of things went from like these friends who are hanging out to these couples who are together, who the couple like seemed to take away from the friendship that these boys had growing up. I did like that Elle and Max became really good friends in this season. There was just a lot of things I didn't like, but I don't hate the season. I don't know if I would ever rewatch it. It would all depend on how it goes moving forward. I have been told that I will like season 4 more than probably season 2, so we're gonna go into it with that energy. So since I talked to you all last, I did do some live reading sprints last night, and I actually painted on those live reading sprints, and I had a really good time with people. Let's get the paintings up. I'm gonna have to turn this on real quick for you to see anything. So before the sprints, I painted some pomegranates, which I'm in love with, and I think I'm gonna try to turn them into stickers. Maybe not like rectangle, but like cut out around the pomegranates. And then I painted peaches, which I absolutely am obsessed with. I actually really like how these came out. And then this morning I woke up and I painted dragon fruit. Let's see, that's a little blurry. Lychee, I believe is what it's called, and I really like how this one came out. I kind of want to turn this bit into a sticker too. And then this afternoon, oh my god, I hate both of these, to be honest. I painted pineapple. Hate. I'm actually throwing that one away. Can't stand to look at it. And then I painted some tomatoes, which I don't hate, but they're not my favorite. And then I did that on the call, and then I decided I really liked how the peach looked, so I went and did another peach on canvas, and I'm obsessed. You love, like, look at that gold. I definitely want to turn this into like a graphic sticker that I can sell. That was last night / today. I don't know if I mentioned, but I had to go to work today. It was pretty easy, pretty light though. I am exhausted for some reason, even though I barely did like anything. So I am going to actually start editing this video because this weekend's gonna be a little bit crazy, but I'm off of work on Monday, so I'm very excited about that, which is when this video is coming up. Back. I had to run out to drop off a priority mail package that someone ordered from me. That was the first time I ever had to do that, but I was really excited about that order and I'm glad it's out. So they're gonna get it in the next 2 days. I am officially at chapter 53, which means that I have 2 hours and 41 minutes left. I'm going to try my hardest to finish this today. I'm leaving for my parents' house sometime between 4 and 6, just kind of depending on how I'm feeling. As you saw, I cleaned my entire apartment this morning. It feels really good to have it all clean at the same time finally. I just haven't had the energy in a while to like really deep clean everything. And honestly, there are some more things I could do, but I'm exhausted now and I did that for slightly over 2 hours. So the plan is I am going to keep listening to this. I'm gonna eat my lunch. I stopped as a treat for selling out on my second item ever on Etsy. So I am gonna be ordering more of the stickers, but it is my 9th house stickers if you've seen them. I wish you guys could see my full outfit right now, but like even if I stood up, you wouldn't get the full ordeal. But basically I have on a hoodie over top of a dress, over top of like gym shorts, over top of sneakers. I was in a dress and then I had to cook and I said I need to be as comfortable as possible, but I need to not have to take this dress off right now because we are moving. Have not finished Plain Bad Heroines. Spending over 24 hours at my parents' house. Like I think I read like, I read a little bit yesterday at their house, probably close to 50 pages, but today I read like 10, and I am going to, after I finish editing this video and uploading it, I am going to sit down and read some more of it, and I'm planning on finishing it tomorrow because I have off of work tomorrow. I thought about posting it late just to have this book finished and my final like full review on it, but then I realized what I could do is once I finish the book, I'm going to make a TikTok and talking about all of my thoughts and in detail and everything. So if you finish this video and you really want to know what I thought of Plain Bad Heroines before my review at the end of the month comes out, I will have it linked down below, and I'll probably put it either right at the top. It won't probably be out right when this video is released. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, it's the same handle as here, Manda Reads. If not, like I will have my final thoughts in my review at the end of the month. I did finish The Empire's Ruin and we haven't spoken of it yet. So I really liked it. I really liked the ending, and I think I'm gonna stand by saying that it is the best book Brian Staveley has written so far. I really enjoyed it. I really really liked his writing, and I think that he just really did a good job with these characters. I definitely have to say that he, once again, had a lot of love and a lot of interest for two of his POVs, and kind of the third one was like thrown to the side. But the two POVs that he clearly liked, and I also really enjoyed, were done so well. And I'm really excited for the sequel, which still doesn't have a release date or any estimation or anything online, which is kind of scary because this book came out over a year ago now. I know Brian Staveley has said on his website, because I was looking into it, that the book, he's working on it right now. So I hope like we'll get some news over the course of the rest of 2022, because if I don't, I will be sad. This has been so much fun. I am definitely doing another big book week in the future. I actually have set up a plan for how I can do that moving forward. So there is going to be like a little bit of an addition to TBR-opoly moving forward, which I will talk more about in July's TBR-opoly, which will be coming out very shortly. I don't know. I have nothing else to say. I'm a little tired right now. Oh, that's right. I knew there was something else I wanted to tell you. Hello, I got the notification that it will not arrive to my house until July 1st. So I will not be reading that next week. Unfortunately, I'm actually really bummed, and I thought about just buying the ebook so that I could read it. But I was like, no, I know I want to read the physical book, and I need to start In a Garden Burning Gold because that is part of TBR-opoly. Once I finish that though, that's it. So I might have an extra rule for you guys this month because I've been doing really good on everything. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please let me know down below if Big Book Week would be something you'd want to participate in and how you would like to participate in it, because I think it'd be so much fun and it's something I'm going to be doing going forward. So I'd love to make it something that we could do together. I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't remember how my outro goes, but until next time, I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye!